going on, everyone? Welcome to my room. What's going on, 802? Had an interview today with Jamell Rogers, aka NYT, a new up-and-coming R&B and hip-hop artist out of Diversity Studios. So, stay frosty, 802, and tune in. Alright. What's up, 802? It's your man, Kyle Jones, right here. And got my man right here, Jamell Rogers. That's why he's known as NYT.
How you guys doing?
I started off with this man back in high school. He's grown pretty big since then. So, you're my first interview, first of many.
Awesome.
Wanted to start off with you because you made great progress, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Of course. So, what started you in the industry, man? What got you interested?
I mean, like, when I met you, I think I was living in a foster home, supposed to be adopted, you know. I was bounced around a lot as a kid, didn't really have any connection with my biological family, my real family. So I guess listening to a lot of different kind of music just was an outlet for me. Right. It was the outlet for me, mainly, and it just really got me wanting to play music, you know, using it as like a coping skill. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Listening to all different types of music and wanted to learn how to play.
Oh, no. Yeah. Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I hear you. So, big question. You've kind of grown kind of big here in Vermont. Why stay in Vermont?
I mean, I definitely would love to branch out, would love to expand. I think Vermont right now, honestly, has a lot of, it's always had great live music, great live bands, bluegrass, country, a lot of blues, rock and roll that's come through here, even a lot of great EDM. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of hip hop and R&B has been able to really flourish and blossom. I don't think that there's been an opportunity or a space like Diversity that's been able to enable people to come down and record and express themselves, especially, you know, dominantly African American hip hop, you know, rap scene is just really starting to take off here.
Right.
And I think that it's hard to get noticed out of Vermont because, you know, we don't have the industry people here. Mm-hmm. We don't have a direct market or direct studios or people that are doing videos and filming all the time. The people that are doing it here are doing it in their free time. They're doing it because they love it. You know what I mean? They're still working full-time jobs and still, you know, doing that thing. So if I could, I would totally branch outside of Vermont. I'm looking to do so. I'm actually grateful to have the support that I have here, though, because it wasn't like that a few years ago for me. I didn't have as much support or people listening or tuning into the music that we make and that we do.
I definitely have seen a change in Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
Where when we first started to now, there's a lot more eyes and ears out there now.
Yeah, a lot more people are trying. You know, a lot more people are trying. I mean, I feel like when we were doing it, it was you know, it was passion. There wasn't even like a real studio people were going to. I mean, I remember Budnick dropped his CD in high school, and I was like, damn. And that was like the first official CD I had seen for a while before I even started rapping or anything.
Right.
And then now, you know, I think what's happening is people are just collaboratively like coming together and being like, we're all just gonna make music and we're gonna make our own scene. We're gonna shoot our own videos. We're gonna record our own songs. We're gonna put them online, and we're all making noise now. And I don't know. I've seen a lot of artists invest into their craft here, especially. Mm-hmm. You know, coming to spend time to perfect their mixes, coming to spend time to record their songs.
Exactly.
They're really starting to take it seriously. I'm hoping, you know, with avenues like you know, putting the website out and trying to draw people and draw more eyes and ears to Vermont, that we'd have an opportunity to actually showcase some of the talent that's hidden here. You know.
Most definitely. It's all about the networking. About the networking.
Yeah.
So, for all of our people out there watching, you have any worse shows? Because I know we have some artists out there. I've had my fair share of bad shows where I was just like, damn, it sucked. Mm-hmm. You had any bad shows? And how do you come back from that?
I have. I think, and I can't, you know, I feel like a lot of people want to place blame. I blame nobody really in the circumstances for a lot of situations. I feel like because there's not a lot of people who are, you know, fully 110% committed to the music scene, committed to the lights, the staging, the sound checks, making sure that everybody has their music on time, making sure that everything is ran efficiently and punctual. You don't find that a lot here. And I think that causes a lot of problems with a lot of shows, a lot of venues, you know, A lot of artists would like to wait last minute to get their mixes, to get ready for shows. So that usually causes a lot of problems. I generally try to be as prepared as I can, because you're going to a venue where they're packing people in there, and I don't know. Some of the club owners don't seem like they are really into the idea of hip hop. It's just drawing people in. So they're not gonna spend all the time like micing your vocals and making sure the levels are good. And then you have a lot of rappers that are just like, they're coming there and they're just screaming into the microphones anyway. So coming back from a rough shows, I feel like would be all in the artist's perspective. At least for me, it's like I've definitely gone and done shows where there was like nobody there. There's like 3 people there and there's nobody there, and like I feel like that's when you just have to really dig deep and be like, why do I do this? I do this because I love to do it. And even though there might not be a whole bunch of people here, we're all playing together. We're singing, having a great time.
Oh yeah.
It just takes it right back to the roots of making music. And I always encourage people, and I know it works for myself, like if you're preparing a song, you're preparing for a show, when you're like going over your set list and you're looking at the music, like think about the impact you're gonna have on other people. It's like, like I want to be able to sing something that I can look somebody, a fan, a friend in the eye, and I'm convincing. Like they could feel the lyrics of my music and what I'm saying at a show. Because that live performance where it's just you, the music, and them, that's a relationship. That's when you need to be, saying something that's going to change somebody's life, inspiring, somebody or making them laugh. And I think that's what works for me with shows is having something meaningful to say. No matter if it's 10,000 people or if it's 4 people, I know that I'm pouring out my heart,
There we go. That's right. You got into it to grab somebody's ear and say, hey, this is what I got to say, and this is I want you to listen to it. So, you have any advice for any new aspiring artists out there trying to break out in 802? Because like you said earlier, 802 is a hard place. I mean, New York is just as hard because
there's a market.
There's so many people out there in every street corner banging on an upside down paint bucket, trying to get recognized. So what do you have for new aspiring artists?
I would just say, don't waste your time trying to compare yourself to what anybody else is doing, whether it's here, whether it's in the industry. Just completely find your own zone. Find that beat that makes you just go in and write about how you feel, like write about your life, write about something that nobody else knows but you, so that nobody can take that away from you. And I'm learning this still, like it's not about the destination, it's the journey. The journey there is where it's at. Whether I get a deal or blow up or break tomorrow, I know that I put my all into what I'm doing. Like I went back and I revised my songs. I'm happy with what I've done, and what I'm not happy with is not released. I know that when I put something out to share, it's no longer for me at that point. When I'm writing it, it's mine. Like when I record it, it's mine. But once I choose to share that with people, I open myself up to being critiqued. I open myself up to opinions. And some people say we don't care, but we all want to be liked, So I would say for artists who aren't ready to, come out, perfect your craft. Like I work with a lot of artists here in the studio, like, a lot of these guys, they feel like they're nice. They're gonna come in here. They got the beat. They're chilling. They're feeling all right. They get in front of the microphone and they're freestyling. Juvenile told me himself. He's like, freestyles are for free. Like if you want to profit off of your craft, you need to organize it. You need to write it. You need to revise it, and you need to practice. Practice makes perfect.
Right.
So I would encourage everybody to continue practicing and to not give up. Like you're gonna be met with so much more adversity before you even get halfway where you're going. And that's half the battle. It's like learning something new about yourself, picking yourself up and dusting it off and trying again. Also, invest into yourself. If people see you investing into yourself, if you're investing your own money and you're investing your own time, other people are gonna want to invest in you because they're like, damn, he already dropped $500 on his mixtape and his video. He's invested in his craft. He believes in what he's doing. So why wouldn't I? It shows when a person is on time for their studio sessions, when they're on time to their photo shoots, when they're, doing interviews with people, when they're trying to branch out and working with like-minded people, you want to be professional. So be professional. If this is something you want to do as a professional, be professional. If you just want to make bangers and put them on SoundCloud, then you don't need to come to the studio. Record it on your computer, put it online. You know, this is
truth.
This is you're not gonna spend $30 an hour to freestyle a verse. I wouldn't spend $30 an hour to come in here and fool around. You know, it's too much money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is. At the end of the day, you know, we all work hard for our money. You know, especially, I mean, if this is something that you're just barely taking off with, you know, you have that 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
This is something that you gotta try to find time for.
Yeah, this is a luxury. You know? It's a luxury. Like, there are artists that I work with, hip hop artist Moscow, very organized, very punctual kind of person. Like, he'll come in, he'll book 5-6 hours, and he'll have 6-7 songs prepared. He's getting into the booth with his music already prepared. He's ready to go. You know, that allows me as an engineer to be able to mix it and master it. And then that's when we get that quality sound. That's when we get people that are going out and saying, hey, look what I did. And it's those artists that are helping bring business here and that are helping spread the word about more Vermont hip hop, because they're setting that bar. So now people are like, damn, I don't know if I should release that because it didn't sound right. You know, I challenge people to challenge themselves. I challenge myself and be open to criticism and just know that, you know, this might not be a huge scene, but it almost makes it better in a way, because it really separates because eventually it's gonna happen for somebody. It might not be now, it might be 10 years from now, but eventually someone's gonna, you know, make it out of here, and people are gonna be like,
so to draw the attention here, and then they'll say, like, where did they came from? Vermont? Wait, where is Vermont? Because I know every time I leave out of the state, everybody's asking where Vermont is.
What state is Vermont?
Hawaii, or if it's like on the East Coast somewhere. They don't know.
They come here to get Ben and Jerry's, maple syrup,
teddy bears here.
Teddy bears. And like Vermont is like thriving economically too. Like Burlington was like the first city and the largest city in the U.S. to have its own renewable resource energy. Right? You know about that? Renewable energy. Burlington. Burlington.
Yeah, most definitely.
We're a very, very, very progressive state, which is funny because you think, you know, with all the stuff going on and with legislation in Vermont and how liberal we are in pushing forward and labeling our GMOs and using renewable energy and clean carbon emissions and even the legalization of marijuana, like Vermont is just, you'd think that someone would be like, where's the music? Where's the music at?
Right.
But it's like, oh, but you know, celebrities that have come here to ski. They don't come here to listen to music. They don't want to listen to music. They come here to get away from the music.
That's what we're here for. We're here to actually bring that up and say, look at us. We
gotta do that.
Have this venue. So, what do you do here? No, so you're an artist.
Yeah.
I just caught you. Said you were engineering as well. So, what are all your roles here at Diversity?
I do what I can. I pretty much I'm an artist. I record myself, but I engineer. I do guitar lessons. I do some not vocal lessons or sessions, but I do have, you know, rehearsals and stuff where I will sing with people. And I record and produce pretty much. Pretty much all the music that I record comes out of here, and I just facilitate sessions for other artists. So if you had a song that you wanted to lay down, I'd get you in the booth, and we got Pro Tools up, ready to go, and I just record and mix and try to get that quality sound for everybody that comes in here, so that it's universal. We're all getting that professional studio sound.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, last question. What brought you here?
Diversity?
What brought you to Diversity? Because I didn't hear about Diversity until maybe a year ago. It was 2 years ago. It was through you.
Yeah, really.
Came down here some odd hour of the night. You weren't around, and I ended up recording. And that was 2 years ago. So, never knew about it until, recently. So, what brought you to Diversity?
I moved away. It's weird because when I was here, I didn't even know the studio was here until last June, and it was Chice. He's like, I'm like, where do you record? He's like, I record at Diversity. I'm like, Diversity, and I just moved back to Vermont, and I was like, never heard of the studio, and I'm thinking, it's probably somebody's house. Like, I don't I've been to a lot of studios, you know what I mean? And I walk in, and I'm like, I see Yu-Gi-Oh, and he's just got like 10 people just so like sitting in the control room, just like surrounding him. It's like, and I'm just like, I knew when I walked in, I was like, I've been waiting so long to just get my stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not knocking anybody's craft or whatever. I work a lot differently than a lot of other artists. You know what I mean? I feel like I just have a way that I like certain things done. So I knew that wasn't the time and place for me to talk to Yukio, and I got his number and we booked the session. After my second session, I was like, I'm gonna be here every day.
There we go.
And I was here every day, every day, whether it was listening to a session, booking a session, sitting in on a session, carrying microphones and setting up stands. I was here every single day. And then he gave me the key to the studio.
There we go.
And showed me how to engineer. Yukio McDonough. Yoshi, you're my dude. Thank you.
There we go.
3 months later.
Look out for that name right there.
Yukio McDonough, Teresa McDonough of Diversity Studios, paving the way for so many artists to have this space and opportunity, but I mean, gave me a job pretty much. He taught me how to engineer. I mean, I engineered before, you know what I mean, doing my own stuff, but he like showed me the window. And like once you're on a bigger platform and you get over the intimidation of working in a big program, it just transcends into every other program, you know? So it was crazy because within the first 3 months, I was like, I got a raise and I started making money doing sessions. And then a month after that, it was like, all right, well, we're going to Florida. And you know, here's the artists that are coming in to record, and it's been so consistent and so fluent. The equipment's been upgraded, the software's been upgraded since I've been here in the past 6 months, and we've had more artists of different genres come in, and the quality of music is amazing. Like we keep everything, backups of everything, and if you listen to the music just from 3 months ago to now, it's just it's constantly growing.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth is how a lot of people find out about the studio. And if it wasn't for the effort and quality that we put into it, it wouldn't, you know, none of this would be possible. So I'm very grateful for that, because I literally, I mean, like now I live like 2 minutes away from here. Now I come here, you know, every day, whether it's just to do a mix or just to get in. There's a very peaceful atmosphere to this place, you know. A lot of good things, a lot of good music has come out of here. You know what I'm saying?
So I see. I don't know if I'm like another big ups to Yukio. Now I don't know if I'm breaking news, but you showed me your your first little music video.
Yeah.
This man
Yes.
edited the music, the video, everything,
and did the camera work.
Below
zero.
Now for
Below zero weather on the top of the parking garage.
And
Yukio McDonough.
It's a love story. It's a love story about this man and his lady. Now this is the cleanest Burlington, Vermont video I have ever seen. Now you wouldn't even thought it was from Burlington, Vermont.
Right?
Did you go down to Florida? Did you go to LA? Did you go to New York, Boston? No, this was done in Burlington.
And Burlington, home.
So
802.
So be on the lookout for Knight's first music video. What's the name of the music?
Open Your Heart.
Open Your Heart. So be on the lookout for that.
Coming out very soon.
So when you come out with that, we'll put a link on underneath your bio.
Yeah.
So be able to click on it. Be on the lookout for that. Do you have anything else for our audience?
I do. I also have a mixtape coming out probably around March 12th, March 14th. It's called ADHD. It's a compilation of everything, just like rap, hip hop, blues, rock and roll, everything that I do before the album Substance Abuse. And it features a lot of local hip hop artists, a lot of local singers as well. I tried to put as many people as I could on it, and original production as well. So I know that it's going to be a positive spring, but summer, we got something special for summertime, and we'll talk about that.
Not everyone's a snow bunny, so we're all coming out here this summer.
Yes.
There we go.
But yeah, Open Your Heart, man, that video came out really good. I'm really excited for my first video. I'm looking forward to shooting more. and seeing what you do with this website, man. I think you're gonna have an easy time, especially if you pop in here. You're gonna find artists left and right coming out of here.
Well, I do appreciate that. We'll continuously help each other. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you.
And hey, stay tuned.